I'm Brad Shafton. I'm the Director of Innovation at Hologic. Hologic is a manufacturer of medical devices in the women's health space primarily. We began our journey with automation and Automation Anywhere as our platform about 6 months ago. Previously, we had no RPA experience, and so starting from scratch, we worked with Automation Anywhere to build up that infrastructure, the tool set, as well as the process analysis to figure out where automation would be a good fit. Everything's going great so far with RPA and automation at Hologic. We've got about 12 bots in production right now after just a few months, and a lot more bots planned for all facets of the business, from finance and accounting to sales leads and supply chain. We have a lot of interest in automation and a lot of interest in really pushing forward the capabilities of RPA. And the goal is really to take away the time that's spent on redundant practices and free up our employees' time to spend on more value-added activities where we can really get to the heart of what's important to the company. One of my favorite success stories so far came very early on, where we developed a bot for our finance team. It wasn't a really complex process and didn't take a whole lot of time, but it was just enough to push them over the edge. And when we delivered the bot, the head of that department came to us and said, "My favorite part about this bot isn't the fact that it delivers this outcome, but that it frees up these people's time to ask why we even do that in the first place." Hearing Joe Bechtel at Humana talk about what they've been able to do with Automation Anywhere and really put the focus back in the hands of the business. It's not an IT thing, it's a full business capability. Really hearing what Joe had to say there really got me excited for what we can do with Hologic. What I think really differentiated Automation Anywhere when we were looking for a partner in this was somebody who's been there and done that and could provide us with the use cases. Any organization is going to have hundreds or thousands of possibilities, but what we needed to know where we're going to get the most bang for our buck from people who have been there and done that before. And working with a partner like Automation Anywhere has helped us see that. We can learn to prioritize based upon what other people have done and where they've seen success to make sure that we're going out to the business and really showing and highlighting RPA for the best it can be. For myself, coming from an IT background where we usually use a tool to do a thing, this diverse change in capability really pushes you to new limits, and it has a really positive outcome as a result. My recommendation for people getting into RPA would be to trust their internal business partners as well as the external partner like Automation Anywhere that they choose to work with. These are people that have done it before, and your internal business partners, they know their processes. RPA may be new to them, but you're that glue in the middle that's going to bring those parties together and make this successful. It's your job to be the catalyst in this change. Trust the people that you're working with as you go forward. And I know a lot of people, especially people that we've heard from here in Fort Lauderdale, have come from a non-IT background. Sometimes I have a note from my talk tomorrow that, warn everybody, I am from IT. It's okay, I'm your friend. But I think that's what makes something like Automation Anywhere great, is that it doesn't matter if you're an IT person or you're a business continuity person or innovation person not in IT, you're empowered with the right tools to make that change, and it can be that point that brings people together. We heard another speaker today talk about how IT came to her for training on how to use Automation Anywhere, and I think that shows that this is one of those tools that's really going to transform a corporation moving forward.